Okay, let's keep going. So the next book that I highly recommend Hey Namaste Goddess, it's Yogini Kala, and today I just wanted to share with you some books to sort of start you on your spiritual journey or continue on your spiritual journey. So I'm going to start off with the one that I think is the most important one. This is Creative Visualization by Shakti Gawain. Again, this book is a classic. Creative Visualization, the power of your imagination to create what you want in life. This book is really the grandparent in the modern era, I would say, of all the law of attraction books and all the secret and all of that. Now, there were books like in the 1900s that also in sort of new thought that, she probably drew from, but I would say in the modern era, like this book was it. Just check it out. It's worth having in your library. She introduced the idea of affirmations, how to do them. And she's got wonderful ones, contacting your higher self, how to use visualization. And she really breaks it down. She breaks down affirmations. And like I said, how to really use them. But it really is about using the power of your mind. Some of the things she does is grounding yourself, running your energy, opening your energy centers, creating your sanctuary, meeting your guide, the pink bubble technique. She talks about prosperity and how to use creative visualization, not just affirmations, but actually visualizing. She has very complete guidance in here. And it opens your mind, especially if you're new to some of these spiritual ideas about just co-creation and how much power we actually have in the world, along with karma and circumstances and all that, but the power that we do have with our mind and our subconscious and our superconscious and all of that. The Road Less Traveled, it basically explains psychological ideas in a way that's beautiful with stories of his patient. So it's by M. Scott Peck. I'm going to read the back to you. Perhaps no book in this generation has had a profound impact on our intellectual and spiritual lives more than The Road Less Traveled. With sales at this time of more than 7 million copies in the US and Canada, it's been translated into 23 languages and was truly a New York Times bestseller. It explores the nature of loving relationships and leads us toward a new serenity and fullness of life. It's just, I remember being really touched by it. So it's really a lot, like I said, about how we've grown up, how we were raised, and how that affects us even now. It will help you understand in a deep way human relationships, the issues with trauma, the issues with abuse, and just normal relationships and how they affect us. It'll just, in a very just human way. It's very real, his stories, and that's why I think this book is such a classic. So I do highly recommend it, but just expect it to be more psychological. Okay, let's keep going. So the next book that I highly recommend is The Power of Now. I know this looks really boring because the cover, right, this is the hardback edition, obviously, but the cover is really pretty, like blue and green. Maybe I'll flash it here in the video afterwards, but this is The Power of Now. It's by Eckhart Tolle. When this book first came out, I think even before he was on Oprah, it just got a really, really good reviews. And so I got it. I tried to read it, and I was like, this is just the most boring, stupidest book. This is many years ago now. I just literally was not ready for it. I found it repetitive. I just thought it was dull. I put it down. Okay, I was like, that was a disappointment. Literally about a year later, I just had it around. About a year later, I picked it up. I said, let me try that book again. I picked it up. I just read through, went to bed, read through the next day. It took like 2 or 3 days. And I was like blown away. So I've rarely, I think maybe one other time, had a book do that where I just wasn't ready for it. I didn't get it. And then when I picked it up next, I was like, oh my God. So it is about the fact that, and it sounds dumb when you explain it, which is why if you read it superficially, you won't like it. I just felt like he kept repeating, be here now, yeah, it's about now, it's about now, it's about now. But when you drop into the level at which he's writing, which is really profound, really meditative, you start to really get it. That, in fact, the rushing to get ahead that we naturally feel, especially in this culture, you can't read this book and really get it if you're in that state. So once I really sank into it, you guys, I'm just going to maybe read you a little bit. It was amazing. It just profoundly. So I'm just going to read where I open to. The key to the spiritual dimension. In life-threatening emergency situations, the shift in consciousness from time to present sometimes happens naturally. The personality that has a past and a future momentarily recedes and is replaced by an intense conscious presence, very still, but very alert at the same time. Whatever response is needed then arises out of that state of consciousness. The reason why some people love to engage in dangerous activities, such as mountain climbing, car racing, and so on, although they may not be aware of it, is that it forces them into the now, that intensely alive state that is free of time, free of problems, and free of thinking, free of the burden of personality. So I know that might sound weird, but what he's talking about there is in a life-threatening situation, you drop out of thinking about the future. You become fully into what he calls presence. You're fully here, and that's how a mother can lift up a car off of a child, as the most common example, or do something sort of superhuman. You don't have any doubt. There's no worry. There's no fear. You're just in the present. And it's an emergency, and all of you just comes to this moment. A lot of us think we already are present, but we're really not. And so this book, The Power of Now, is so recommended by so many people. The next book that I want to recommend is by Dr. Wayne Dyer, and he is really beloved of a lot of people. He passed away maybe 2 years ago now. And so it's Real Magic. And again, it's got a pretty cover, but how the covers are loose, that came off. I probably got this in a used bookstore. I like to actually support local used bookstores. So I'm just going to go to a page because I think that's actually a great way to review it. To make contact with divine or spiritual guidance. Just for a day, suspend your skepticism. Give yourself a gift of a quiet place and a quiet hour all to yourself. Start this experiment with an absence of skepticism and doubt. Ask for assistance in an area that is troubling you and make every attempt to empty your mind of any and all distracting thoughts. See if you can create an image of receiving help from a guide that cares about you and wants to extend love towards you. This is a wonderful book. So he talks about a transcendent view of magic and miracles, becoming a spiritual being, creating a miracle mindset. So so far of all the books, I would say this one gives you the most sort of grounding in spiritual concepts. Real magic in your relationships, real magic in your prosperity, real magic in your personal identity, real magic in your physical health, radiating real magic into the world. He was very much at peace towards the end of his life. He would talk about it, and he said, there's a certain amount of things I still want to do, before I die, and just a very grounded being. Watch his videos here on YouTube. There are a lot of them of Dr. Wayne Dyer. But yeah, this book, I would say, in some ways, is probably the best introduction of these two sort of spiritual ideas. So Real Magic by Dr. Wayne Dyer. This book I'd like to review is a book I'm actually still reading. It's The Law of Attraction, but by Esther and Jerry Hicks. So the basics of the teachings of Abraham, they channel, I think it's a group of beings that go by the name Abraham. I don't think it's just one being, but I'm not 100% sure. The foreword is by Neil Donald Walsh, the author of Conversations with God. I'm still reading it. It is the type of book that you don't read straight through because it's broken up into little questions from Jerry, who passed away recently, and then Abraham answers, and Abraham channels through his wife Esther. It is written in 2006, but Esther and Jerry Hicks, again, there's a lot of videos on here on YouTube from them. It explains the law of attraction. Jerry gives different questions because he was the one that was very questioning, and then Abraham answers it. Some of it may challenge your mindset or thoughts. There may raise some skepticism, but if you're interested in the law of attraction, I think this is a very good book. Along with one more I want to mention just in passing is The Secret. But yeah, so I do recommend this, especially if you want like short little bits you can read at a time. In fact, let me Let me just do the same thing that I do with the other book, Open to. The Universal Law of Attraction Defined is what I open to. Okay, so Jerry asked the question, Abraham, I assume that the first subject that you will discuss with us in detail is the law of attraction. I know you've said that this is the most powerful law. Abraham replies, not only is the law of attraction the most powerful law in the universe, but you must understand it before anything else that we offer will be of value. And you must understand it before anything you are living or anything you observe anyone else living will make any sense. Everything in your life and the lives of those around you is affected by the law of attraction. It is the basis of everything that you see manifesting. And a lot of that is about mind and emotions creating from our thoughts and from our emotions as well, creating the reality around us. So it can be very challenging, but you're interested in law of attraction, then this is definitely a classic. Now to the book The Secret, which I don't have a copy of here. I actually own the book. Everybody owned the book. Literally. I think it's Rhonda Byrne. And my only quibble with The Secret, if you have not read it yet, read it or read a synopsis. It's very inspiring. When it first came out, I was already familiar with the ideas about law of attraction, and she sort of made these grand claims. And then some people, I'll give you a really quick story. I was in massage school at the time. One of my study mates, we'd all study together, 4 or 5 of us, and the sort of the ringleader of it said, well, we're going to manifest like $5,000 or something each or something. And we sort of pledged together and we would repeat it. And I remember saying to her, I don't think we should tell everyone. And she's like, well, no, because if we have utter confidence, we'll tell people. And I said, other people's energies can work against us in terms of certain things. And we're new at it too. And sure enough, it didn't happen. And I remember I was deflated, but she was completely deflated because she believed so much that she couldn't sort of still tweak or tailor it. And so my example with that, The Secret, it doesn't tell you how to use the law of attraction as much as sort of hype you up about it, but it doesn't give you a step-by-step how to. So hence all the follow-up books that really break down the law of attraction more clearly. And even this book does as well, more than The Secret. The Secret is great if you just want to get really inspired and hyped up about the law of attraction. So those are my recommendations, guys. I will put the links below. Thank you for checking them out, and just know that they are Amazon links, and because it's the easiest way to buy. I buy a lot from Amazon when I'm not buying from my local bookstore. If you have any shortage of funds, go to your local library, get an interlibrary loan. But if you want to own these books, thank you so much for using my links through to Amazon. So at no cost to you, a small amount is given to me for referring you and recommending the books that I, indeed have in my collection. So share any books that you feel were really helpful on your spiritual journey. Do share them below. Plan on doing reviews on shamanic books. I have books on shamanism and books on chakras. So let me know if those sound good. Book reviews on either of those and any comments as well. Much love. Namaste. Bye-bye.